Talk to me a little bit about the writing process with you guys. I know it's based on somewhat true experiences, but tell me about sort of writing together on the film and coming up with the concept.
You take this.
All right, so in short, basically, Oliver and I made a bunch of short films together. We knew we wanted to make a feature film. It was going to be my first feature as a director, and I didn't know what that was going to be, but then we kind of started hanging out at this house a lot. Oliver was living here. This is the house that we shot the movie in. His Aunt Becca.
So yeah, I was living here at the time, and in the bedroom back there where I shot a lot, we shot my scenes. And I moved when I moved to LA. I lived here, and my aunt's such a character, and her dogs are such characters, and this place just to me was such a character. So I kind of pitched the idea to him where we kind of write a narrative around this house and my life here, and like we wanted to make something super honest. We had made this short film called Rick White, which was kind of an experiment. It was really just like, let's try and make something like super real and super honest, and we loved how it turned out, and it was a total experiment. So that was kind of...
Yeah, the short film really inspired a lot, and then we were sitting back by the pool, and we were like, let's make a film here in this house in 8 weeks, and that was it. And 8 weeks later, we were shooting a movie here. So Oliver and I kind of, what we did, in not in a traditional sense, we didn't write the full 100-page script. We actually wrote a 45-page outline. All the scenes, and the way the movie's shot, we allowed for a lot of kind of...
It was pretty detailed. I mean,
super detailed.
He did it really, like, we talked through everything, like, here's what I want, here's what we want, here's, like, you know, we had the woman's storyline in it, and he kind of really, like, outlined. It wasn't like we just made up scenes, like, we improvised a lot of the dialogue, but we had, like, a very, very strict 45-page outline.
Yeah. I mean, everything was planned, but it was nice, too, because, Oliver's Aunt Becca played herself, and the dog gave us room to improvise.
Tell me about Dan, working with Dan and bringing him in. Was he someone you knew?
I met Dan 10 years ago in Chicago. I was doing a little show at Second City in Columbia College, and Dan was like the professional Second City actor anyway. So I was 18, 19 years old, met Dan Bakkedahl. Didn't talk for years. About 3 years ago, I went out with Oliver. We made a short film with Funny or Die in Virginia Madsen called Marriage Drama. And I Facebooked Dan, just out of the blue, like, hey, I don't remember me, but we met in Chicago years ago. I got this little short film starring my buddy Oliver, who just did this movie Project X, and we're making this short film with Funny or Die. And we met for coffee, and he's like, how do I know you again? I'm like, we met in Chicago. He's like, oh, yeah. And so we did this marriage drama. They met, they played best friends in this little short film, and it just, like, hit off. And, like,
We had, like, a great friend. Like, it was weird. Like, I always tend, for some reason, to have friends that are older than me in real life, and for him, we just had this really good bond. I felt like, wow, if I was still acting at his age, that's me.
Oliver, your character of Oliver, is very much sort of the classic kind of man-child.
Yeah.
And then obviously goes through this experience. I mean, how much of that was sort of a hyper version of maybe
Well, I think anytime you do anything, anytime you do anything on film, it's a hyper version of what you are. But no, definitely. I took it from a time of my life. Like when I first moved to LA, I'm a different. Everyone, you're different than you were when you were 20. And when I first moved here, I literally had no plan. Like I was living here. I worked at the LA Zoo for about 2 weeks. It's like the only job I ever had. And I just was like very lost, and I was smoking, and coming here, I was smoking a lot of pot, and I was hanging out with these dogs. My aunt's on the phone up there. Whatever.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's all part of the mystique.
They're shooting. All right. Anyways.
Well, let's just talk about this. So how did she feel? Because obviously this is her house. This is her.
Oh,
and you guys are coming in, and you're saying, "Hey, don't talk on the phone. We're shooting.
We had this idea, right? And we were like, "Do we get an actress to play his aunt character?" And we were like,
"Well, I'm friends with Brenda Vaccaro was an acting teacher of mine.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys are familiar. If you're familiar.
Yeah.
And she we became fast friends. Like I would go out to dinner with her and stuff. And I was like, Joe, we could get her. Like we could get her to do this. I don't know.
She lived down the street. She's a friend.
Yeah, it would have been maybe not have worked.
Great actress.
She might have been
professional actress, Academy Award nominated actress. But then we realized at the end of the day, the whole point of the movie is trying to make something that felt incredibly honest and authentic. Like Becca's got to play herself. So we sat down with Becca one day in the family. And we're like, Becca, how do you feel about acting in a movie with Oliver? And she wasn't quite sure how to react to it right away, but quickly got excited about it. And like I said, a few weeks later, we're shooting the movie here. And She's great in the movie. I mean, Becca is really, really good in the movie. She's just like a really, I think she's an actress at heart.
Well, the one thing that I really like that was myself for her to be in the movie was she's a very emotional person in real life. Like, if you get her talking about her, her family or things, like she's just very in touch with her emotions, which is a great. I mean, that's a lot. Like the best actors, she's just an untrained actor. She just never put her life into being an actress, but she really has a lot of those intangibles.
She's great, very natural.
So that's what kind of was our draw, and she's so unique and looks so unique. So I thought it would play really well.
Becca, what did you think about your nephew wanting to make this movie here and having you act in the film as well?
I said yes to the movie and no to me acting, and I refused to sign the release papers until we were done shooting.
Is that true?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
I waited till the very, very last day. I wouldn't sign them.
Did you want to see the final product before you said?
No, they wouldn't let me see it.
Okay.
Yeah. They went. I was just being me.
Are you happy with the movie?
I am.
Yeah, you love the movie, right?
Yeah, and it has Randy in it too.
Our little dog that passed away last week.
Yeah.
He was old though. He lived a great life. 18
and a half years old. And he was Oliver's dog, but Oliver wouldn't acknowledge it.
I rescued him from
the
situation.
Yes, from a bad situation. So we had him for 3.5 years, so that was really a blessing to us.
And now you have this movie to sort of document
That's my favorite thing about the movie, honestly, is that I've captured a moment in my life, her life, Joe's life, the dogs, that you could do through pictures or memory, but like we have this thing, like for screw everybody else. We have this thing for us, honestly.
I say in 20 years, we're gonna watch this movie and just be bawling our eyes out.
And it's like gonna age well. I feel like because we made it so realistic. I think that's like cute.
Dan Bakkedahl plays Dan. He's fantastic in the movies. We were just talking about you for like 10 minutes.
What is that?
And this is a t-shirt.
Oh, Randy.
Yeah, that's Randy.
Dan, this is an interesting process being part of this film. It's much different, I would imagine, than other projects you've been a part of. How did you feel sort of coming into this world, this house, where these guys are living and playing?
Were you rolling when I walked in the door?
I was.
I mean, like, that's what it's like, and that's what I loved about it, was from the first time I came into this house, the way Becca welcomes people in, the story itself. I mean, these guys, I think we met for coffee once for a short that we were going to do, and I instantly knew I was going to enjoy working with Oliver.
Yeah.
I just instantly knew that I was going to get along with this guy in a way that, it's hard to form those kinds of relationships, but sometimes you just hit it off immediately, and you don't have to talk about what we're going to do. I know what you do, you know what I do, let's do it, So it's a very unique situation.
And I knew nothing, so they had to drag me along.
Which worked perfectly.
We just did another. I mean, we just happened to we did Californication together.
Yeah.
We just happened to get jobs together.
Oh, you guys actually just happened to book it both around the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it aired last week. We did
We did it last year.
Yeah, last year.
Had you shot the movie first?
Yeah.
Yeah, we shot the film 2.5 years ago.
November of 2011, we shot the movie. We premiered last year at LA Film Festival 2013, where we world premiered Four Dogs, and then now it's coming out on Vimeo June 10th, first release, VOD.
And the relationship that you guys created between Oliver and your character in the film, was that at all sort of...
So it's largely autobiographical.
Yeah.
I mean, there's many of the details are different, but a lot of the stuff that really matters is the same.
Yeah.
Did you feel? Could you relate to sort of the journey your character goes through in the film? And sort of concerned about their life.
The loser that's worried about whether or not he's picked the wrong profession. Yeah.
And love life and all of that.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm married now with 2 kids, but there was a time in my life where absolutely the character that exists in the thing where it's like, oh, I really like this girl, I'll do anything to get this girl. I need help, I need support, and it all comes crashing down at a very public, way. That's very similar to my real life.
Yeah, excellent.
Oh man.
Well, great. Well, this has been one of the funnest interviews I've ever done.
Man, I can't believe I missed it. You told me.
You're here. You're there at the tail end. You're perfect.
No, I wanted you to walk in. I thought it'd be more authentic.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, is there anything else you guys want to say in closing about the film or about?
Just please support the movie.
Yeah, please check it out.
If you can tell, we put a lot of.
And I'm available for future work.
She's actually looking for an agent. No, enjoy Four Dogs. FourDogsMovie.com. We really are proud to finally release it. We can't wait to share it with everyone. And these guys are all so good in it. So
Excellent. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. That was great.